Why are more and more black women losing out on finding good black men? Why are they losing out on becoming wives?
Why is it that when black women start leveling up, black women start leveling up, people tell us, you can't have this, you can't have that, you need to humble yourself?
Do white women act like they belong to white men?
Yes.
Yes or no? Do Hispanic women act like they belong to Hispanic men?
Absolutely.
Do Asian women act like they belong to Asian men?
Definitely.
Do Middle Eastern women act like they belong to Middle Eastern men?
Yes.
Do black women act like they belong to black men?
By and large, no. But
The fact that you had to even put a modifier on there says you are still conflicted with the reality you are seeing.
Women will go out here and let a nigga them raw without putting no ring on it, nothing. But you draw the line and making a sandwich for a man. What in the is going on?
On TikTok, there's this married couple who has a large following, a very popular page. Her content is very warm, kind of more domestic, cooking for her family, cooking from scratch. Once it got to Instagram, something as simple and plain as someone making cinnamon rolls for their husband, they tore it to shreds. And that just got me to thinking, only a miserable person could see a video about a woman making her husband cinnamon rolls and have something nasty and hateful and negative to say about it.
we've dated the men who worked at Walmart. We've dated Kroger. We've dated drug dealers. We've dated scammers. We've dated these men. Just because he make $12, $13, $14, $15 an hour, y'all, that does not mean he's faithful. Stick to your script, sis.
So what's happening is, like, a lot of women are negating their options. The real life option is the option in your face. So when you go to the grocery store, when you go to church, when you go wherever you're going in your life, whoever that man is, whoever that woman is, that is your real life option. A lot of women say, I want a husband, but do they think about, do you really want to be a wife? Like, a wife really is a job.
It is going to come down to women checking women and getting you guys straight. We cannot fix you because you have no respect for us. You only respect each other. And if we can't rely on the educated of you and the intelligent of you and the learned of you to at least be honest, black men will sit back saying, who the fuck can we rely on?
Black women or black men deserve what?
Each other.
Wow.
What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. Most black men and black women would love to find another black man or black woman in order to start a relationship leading to family, leading to marriage, etc. Why can't black men and women find each other for relationships and or marriage? Today is another video where we're going to do a deep dive looking at how black women look at black men. The mindset that black women have that are keeping them single, stopping them from getting married. We're also going to look at how black men feel about it, because this is important for us to understand. This is a lesson that should be understood by men and women of all races, as these problems are common to dating in modern westernized society. With that being said, let's get started.
A lot of these women be like, I know my value. Value is what? You're just like every other chick out here. I've seen 1,000 of you. You're selfish. You're entitled. You're sneaky. You're manipulative. What is your value?
Happy Cinco de Mayo. We got so turned last night, bitch. I'm still drunk. So, but we finna turn up again, cause it's Cinco de Mayo. It is now 1800, and I am fucked up. Happy Cinco de Mayo. That's what somebody told me is how it's pronounced. I wish y'all nothing but the best.
Lacking emotional control is the exact reason why. In addition to why men don't approach anymore, they don't, all this other stuff. Lacking emotional control is what makes women untrustworthy to men.
We was arguing. And at some point in the argument, she looked me dead in my eyes. You a bitch. It took me a minute to process. No woman has ever called me that before. Like, no woman I was talking to or dating. Yeah. And I'm like, I was taken back. I'm like, what you just say?
And that's different, because that's not, man, bitch ass nigga, you did some bitch ass shit, or, right, looking you in your eyes and saying, you're a bitch.
That was very intentional. And I'm like, what you just say? You a bitch.
Let me tell you something about men that nobody ever told you. From the time we're a little boy to the time we're an adult, men are taught every time we tell you the truth, we get in trouble. Every man. I'm talking about scolded. Like, we ain't never told the truth and got away with it and be like, oh, thank you, mama, for not hitting. Mama, wait! Mama! But here's the thing, ladies. When you actually find a man who's ready to settle down, he usually outgrow everything in his life and you become his best friend. So when a grown man choose you and go out and do grown man life and come home and tell you his truth and you snap on him, you just told him, I can't handle the truth because I need to be lied to.
Ladies, you're not getting away with anything. One of the things that I've realized in talking to men, that hammer will eventually come down. When you slight a man, even if he doesn't say anything in that moment, even if he gives you grace to let you have what you want or go ahead, he remembers that. And everybody has an expiration date and you don't know when that is. So if you think you're getting away with something, keep it up. Or as we say in the South, keep on living.
She came back out. I'm fully dressed with my shit in my hand or whatever. She like, you finna go? Why do you think I'm playing? Like that was a strong deal breaker for me. The most important thing you can do if you do have a deal breaker is if somebody crosses that shit, you have to leave because of what you're indirectly saying if you don't.
Okay, which is?
You tolerate disrespect. You don't have any boundaries.
We can't let men be men how they want to be men. Or us women are telling men how to be men when we ain't never walked a day in the life of a man.
What's your name?
Philip.
Philip, how old are you?
34. I'm the assistant track coach at Arizona State.
What do you look for in a woman?
Fun, personality, just open to new things.
I'm Tatiana, I'm 25.
Nice to meet you. I said nice to meet you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, no.
Tatiana, why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's gonna sound ruthless. Like, I'm a goofy person, but you just look a little bit too goofy for me.
You are not going to find the man that you deserve if you keep holding on to the man that doesn't deserve you. You're blocking your blessings. Listen, you can't force a man to be where he doesn't want to be. Next caller.
Listen, men remember the slights that they get from women. Men remember when women treat them badly or do them wrong. Whether that's from his mother, whether that's from his first love, girlfriend, and particularly his wife, even if he says it or not. Some women aren't helping their cause in finding a man because they listen to other women instead of listening to what us men are trying to tell women that we are looking for. The reason is that a lot of women in today's society are putting themselves first, and men are noticing. This is a huge turnoff for most men, particularly good men. No man wants to work hard for a woman who puts all her stock into material things and not the man himself.
Women are the most dangerous thing for women because what happens is women will tell a woman, girl, go out and live your life. So she's going to go out and live her life. She's going to 20, 23, 27, 30, 35. Then she's going to get 40 and be like, damn, I want to get married. And the men that wanted you at 20, that wanted to marry you when you were 20, they no longer want you.
A good man, but he's not your type.
It's a pattern when it comes to your type, patterns and characteristics, okay? These are things that you have seen or that you have explored before. You probably seen mama, auntie, friends, somebody who had a specific type, or somebody in the neighborhood and you was like, oh, that's a bad boy, that's a dope boy, that's something like that. I like that because of the thrill. In certain spaces in your life, you cannot bring that type with you. So if you see that all other characteristics and behaviors are good, why does the type even matter? You can learn to love this person in other spaces outside of what you see as far as physicality. If you're talking about a type because maybe your type has a certain type of demeanor or maybe your type looks a certain type of way, what is going to matter when you start facing conflict? The way they look? When you start going through communication barriers, the way they look? All of that's not going to matter. I can guarantee you the majority of people who have probably married or entered into healthy relationships, they weren't worried about a type. When they got to a certain space, they were worried about what it is that you can actually bring into my life.
And this is why the 20s is so important, because most young girls in their 20s, they're getting raised on Sexy Red, City Girls, and I love y'all. I love them. Get them. I love them.
Raise my daughter.
But what I'm saying to you is that they're getting raised on this, so they don't think that they need to be in a relationship with their baby daddy. They don't think they got to get the ring before they have the. Where do you think the lullaby came from? You understand what I'm saying? These things were instilled for a reason because they set foundation. I just think in their 20s are not making healthy relationship decisions because of the influence of social media, our music. These things become Bible in your head.
So the type of man that I'm looking for, he got to be a 6'5" African giant. He got to have all the money in the world. He got to want to take care of me, take care of my family. You know, do the little shebang, you know, and just be a supportive, wholesome man all in all.
What's the minimum he needs to make?
At least $200,000 a year.
Keep it a bang, just 200?
200 is the minimum. That's the minimum. The max, like, you know, anything less than that, I'm not taking it.
There's nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory for you. What? That's fine for you, but that's not okay for me. That's my preference. I don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory on the first day. That's why y'all ass don't get shit, because y'all don't have no fucking standards. You're always gonna accept whatever a nigga give to you. I don't accept what a nigga gives to me. I'ma tell the nigga what I want, okay?
Like, you really just should have paid for all our food.
For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do you gotta pay for all y'all food though?
You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me?
Whoa, bro!
The men who don't give you no money towards your hair and nails are always talking about what you're thinking about getting rid of you, she says. Men are starting to realize that no matter what they provide, it will never be enough because some ladies will just keep adding more stuff onto that bill. We're not responsible for paying for your hair, your nails, and your maintenance. If you are a wife or a fiance, we're responsible for providing housing and food and shelter and water and power and all of those things, the necessities of life.
It is going to come down to women checking women and getting you guys straight. We cannot fix you because you have no respect for us. You only respect each other. And if we can't rely on the educated of you and the intelligent of you and the learned of you to at least be honest, black men will sit back saying, who the fuck can we rely on?
I think the problem that us men have with any woman of any race is when she has all these accomplishments and accolades, she wants to throw it in the face of the men that she is talking to or any man that she comes across. We don't give a shit. It doesn't benefit us as men. And for this reason, men are exploring all options at this point. The toughest type of woman to deal with is a woman who doesn't believe that she needs to compete for the man that she wants, or that she needs to compete at all for men. The women who understand that it is a competition for good men go to work early on locking down the man that they want.
This post is currently trending on Twitter. Men will see a woman who's 30, single, no kids, but has a great job, degrees, home, cars, financial stability, but think she's a problem because she doesn't want to submit to a man who doesn't even have a quarter of what she has. LOL, submitting to a man with less than you is crazy. And of course, 33,000 idiots agree with this. Obtaining degrees and getting accomplishments in life, being able to purchase a home, affording a car on your own, and stabilizing yourself are self-accomplishments. Those things have absolutely nothing to do with a man.
You bitches clown niggas on Twitter. Every time niggas is in suit, you got the whole long ass line of black men in suit. I don't know if y'all be seeing that shit, but every time that tweet comes out, it's a lot of hate and backlash for black men wearing suits, black men being doctors, etc. The only time y'all really give a fuck is in 2-3 days out the year or whatever when it's draft day.
These white women, they saw the vision. Yep. They like, look, I see where this is going. They actually work to get these men. They know this is a competition. Yep. I'm going to outcompete the competition and get chosen. This is why they're getting chose.
I love you, black man. 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 I love you, black man.
When you talk to black women, they are repulsed at the word competition. Yeah. I tell black women all the fucking time, you got to compete for the man you want. Compete on. He can have that bitch. Well, guess what? That draft day, he's having the bitch.
It's interesting how bothered some of y'all are during the draft to see who the athletes have chosen to be by their side. It's interesting because the loudest ones with the most negative comments is usually the women. It's also interesting because women are the same ones who will quickly tell you to mind your business and let them be out here doing what it is that they want to do. That you can't tell them who they can date. That you can't tell them what they can wear. That no one can tell them how they should act.
5 of my guys that play on Division I Power 5 football teams, and they were like, Goody, you know the type of NIL deals we got. One of my men said, bro, I was messing with this black girl. She heard about the deal I got and started to request money, Apple Pays and Cash Apps for her hair and nails. My other friends were saying, bro, I would try to take her out to Chipotle, Cava, this and this and that. She would get mad talking about, why are we going to steakhouses? You're good for it. They were like, bro, the white women, they're down to go and get a cup of coffee, go and get some fucking ice cream. My friends were like, bro, the white women we're dating, they pay for a lot of our stuff. I said, what do you mean? That, bro, they know that we're making some money, but while we're at practice or we're at camp, They got us our favorite Cabo Bowl, double chicken, right? Waiting for them to come out of practice. My friends are telling me these girls are getting their group projects done, getting their essays done, online tests done, on time.
Black women are not comfortable when you be like, women, you need to do this. I don't like that shit. Don't tell me what the I need to do as a woman when it's like, you're not a woman. So it's like, I understand.
Y'all tell us what a real man is all the time.
I understand that.
No,
but I'm telling you how I want to be treated. Again, it's different. You can't tell me as a woman what I should do. Hold on. It feels different.
I'll be feminine when I meet a masculine man. No, just be feminine. We need to move away from the narrative that when I meet a masculine man, I'll be a feminine woman. No, you won't, because you don't know how to be that person.
Here's the 3 top reasons why Black women have the lowest marital rates. We are uncooperative, we do not listen, and we have the nastiest attitudes. And unfortunately, y'all, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, 100%. But let me say this. It does not make me happy. Seeing those comments did not make me happy at all. But it's the reality of where we as Black women are. That we have created this narrative based on our actions, our behaviors, to be these unruly women.
If I knew that dating was going to be this bad when I was in college and my parents was like, focus on that education, the boys will always be there, don't focus on the boys, get that degree, I would have never gotten that degree. I could have skipped a couple classes, I could have failed a couple classes, and I could have been married, 2 kids by now, working on the 3rd. I can't believe I wasted my good years, my good body, and the body was bodying back then, so that I can get a high-class education. Just for me to be broke and single?
What is the difference between a woman that wants to be a wife versus a woman that just wants a husband?
Oh, you know what? I think most of us are bred to just want a husband. Whereas to be groomed and trained to be a wife means to understand how to respect masculine energy, how to truly be inside of your feminine, which means trusting the leadership of your partner. When we choose to understand that it is our biggest opportunity to seek out the needs of a man without him expressing them.
I just wanted to let you know that I will not be making it to do a Apollo show. I'm in the hospital and I'm going to postpone it for a later date. Thank you for everybody that bought a ticket. But I promise you, as soon as I get better and I get out of here, we're going to have a great show.
You shared a picture of your wife and you said that she was your woman crush Wednesday on a Tuesday.
Yes, well, I am super in love with my wife. If you look at my screen saver, I will show you. Who is that?
Let me see.
When you look.
When I was in the hospital, it made me get really closer to my daughter because my wife left me while I was in the hospital too. So
That's crazy.
Yes.
I don't. How does that even happen?
I guess when it says to death do us part, she's a go-getter. She don't like to procrastinate, so she was out.
That's terrible. How long were you guys married?
2 years. 2 years.
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
Yeah.
That's cold-blooded.
I guess when it said I was in ICU, she was like, "I'll see you later." So she was out of there.
From a married woman to a married woman, sometimes we make mistakes and we don't make our husbands feel safe. And sometimes before we look and say it's our husband's fault, why are you not available? Where did I not make you feel safe? So that way you can show some emotional availability to me. So that way you can express your weaknesses. You can express your vulnerabilities. Start pointing the finger at yourself so you can actually start being the togetherness and the partnership that you're supposed to be.
It's clear that us women aren't listening. Like, we're just dropping the ball time and time again. And it's starting to piss me off. We hear men scream that they want peace over and over and over again. They say it every day. They want peace. They want to be left alone. They want peace. They want peace. They want peace. They want peace. And we blatantly ignore them and do the opposite.
So they think they could just get away with the privilege of not being accountable because of all the structures that are put into place. One thing you guys mentioned before earlier was about Maury. Think about the concept of Maury. This is why so many women today are incapable of understanding the word accountability when they look at the different structures within our society today. The concept of Maury is she can test 6 to 10 men, but she'll never get booed. Ever.
She gets clapped.
She can come out up on stage and never get booed, but they'll boo all 6 of the guys, even if they were never the father.
I always asked, I said, do you know what's stopping men from taking advantage of women?
other men.
Yeah.
If men agreed with you can hit a woman over the head, and whoever you hit over the head and drug to your cave, that was your woman, women couldn't do a thing to stop it. So that shows you that men are more benevolent than women, because women now have laws that allow them to screw men over in divorce and child support, and there's no group of women to stop it.
What he said should not have angered you, triggered you, frustrated you, fury. It shouldn't have. Because if you just hear what he's saying factually, what he said is true. There were good men that said, hey, that's crazy. They deserve to vote. They deserve rights. They, women, deserve this. They're human beings too, and we are. And then what did so many of us do as women? Bit his hand and made him pay, and is making him pay today. So now the good men are going and hiding and leaving you alone because you told them so much how much you didn't need them.
Do we need men, black women? Do we need them? Oh my gosh. Yes. I know we're supposed to be short and sweet, but again,
give it to us.
Why would we not need them? Yes, that's insane. I need black men. We all need black men.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want. When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay.
The problem with some modern women today is that they believe that they are the prize. In a stable, solid relationship, both people are the prize to the other person. But a prize is only a prize when the recipient gains a benefit that they did not have once they receive said prize. A lot of these modern women today take and consider themselves a prize. A prize should never take away from the person who receives it, but it should be a benefit unto that person. Men are checking out of this game because the trust in the social contract has been broken by modern women. Modern women are showing us men every day that they are not wife material, that they are not worth losing the most valuable thing to a man, and that's his peace.
We have this epidemic of men, glamorizing and romanticizing the past. Oh, you women are not the way they were back in the day. What happened to our grandmas?
Bring back old school shit, because these new age men, and nowadays, y'all just want to chill and then fuck. I'm fucking 34 years old. I'm not trying to chill. Y'all don't court nobody. Y'all don't even at least take somebody out for a cup of coffee, a slice of pizza. Let me get to know you. There's no courting. There's no dating.
I'm 40 years old, and I feel like dating is 8 zillion times worse than high school or my 20s.
Can we just bring the old school love back? The real love. Can we bring back the love that Anita and Luther and Tony and Whitney used to sing about? Because this 2023 dating pool ain't nothing but a big ass piss pond, and I'm drowning.
A lot of women are bitter and mean and get on these platforms. I can't find a man, they ain't shit. I'm tired of going to parent-teacher conferences with my son, and I'm seeing all these women line up down the hallway stressed out, leaning over on the fucking wall because they don't have no man. They made a mistake 12 years ago. They had a one-night stand after the club, and now we have 70% of moms that don't have a man, and these boys are being raised by women, and now these women have turned these boys into son husbands. They don't have no structure. They don't go outside and play. They don't do nothing but sit on their asses, and then when they get older, they become the same men that their mamas hate. So now they're out here being Pookie and Ray Ray, depending on females to take care of them. It's a shame that these boys are being raised by these single moms, and they taking up on the feminine characteristics of their mama. You have to convince a sister, a woman, that you are a good option, that you're her best option, by jumping through hoops, by proving yourself, by buying her stuff, by telling her what she wants to hear. She's not the one for you. That's what I tell my sons. Why do I say that? Because she clearly does not see you as her best option. She thinks you're just one of many, or maybe you're okay, but maybe another better one is coming. If you finally convince her to marry you, what's going to happen in that relationship? What's going to be the power dynamic in that relationship? You've basically signed up for a life of her on a pedestal and you working overtime to please her.
Provision is not money. Provision is infrastructure.
If a man has the ability, the mind, the mental sharpness, and the fortitude to come into your life and provide real infrastructure, then he is a provider. There are seasons in a person's life where they 50 might not look like half the bills, but if he shows up in other ways to supplement and make it make sense, you gotta understand that.
We had mothers to raise us. They raised us to be women, raise our own children. A woman has to be a woman. A woman places in a home. A man places to provide. And if he don't provide, then you don't need him.
How do you feel about us just choosing all these, you know?
I don't feel anything because I got my man. I've been had him for 54 years. And I always had to be a woman. And these women today, all they know is McDonald's, fast foods and stuff. They don't know nothing about cooking and feeding no man. Or wait till a man hardens through his stomach, get you behind in there and cook, and feed him, and make sure he get up off his butt and go to work.
Is that something that's missing in this community?
No, the women sorry. Now they may not like me for saying it, but these young women today, they don't even raise their children. Their children raising them. A woman place is to raise her children, and at the end of the day, tell their husbands which one they had to almost kill. Mothers don't raise their children and putting the blame on the man. Cause I'm 72 years old and I still don't mind working. I ain't scared of work. They stay in the system and use up the elderly money. They been in the system and left there and get all them children and expect us to help them take care of them. I'm sick of it.
If a man pays for lunch, I pay for dinner. If he pays for the movie tickets, I will buy snacks. If he buys me shoes, I'll get him a nice suit. If he's having a rough day, I'll help him out. Stop expecting him to treat you like a queen while you are not treating him like a king.
Why do you think that some women can't get and keep a man? I want to hear from you down in the comments below. You're going to want to watch this video right here as it's going to keep the conversation going and be a deeper dive on the topic we just covered. You won't want to miss it.